Hi guys, welcome back to our third ever bonus episode where we're going to read out 2 dilemmas, and I have the first one here. It reads, "Hi girls, love the podcast. I am in a serious relationship for the last 2.5 years. He now asked me if I would like to try a threesome with him and another guy. Sexually, I am intrigued, but what does it mean for the relationship? Should I do it or not?"
Oh God. What would you do?
Gone. Fucking gone. No way would I ever have a threesome.
See, do you know what's shocking to me? It's usually the man wants to do it with the woman.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up as well. I wonder, is he a small bit confusing himself?
That's true, yeah.
And I don't want to be like, dropping a big bombshell here, but you'd wonder, because it's normally a man would want 2 women.
2 women, yeah, that's kind of like their fantasy, to have 2 women at the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
But
So
they could have different fantasies. I don't like 2.5 years and stuff like that. Like, I don't think I personally would be able for a threesome. I think that the kind of jealousy part, and you'd have to be, no, I wouldn't rule it out, but you'd have to be seriously secure to be able for that.
like, if I was with somebody for 2.5 years and I, for whatever reason, agreed to have a threesome, right?
Yeah.
And there was another woman in the bedroom. Number 1, I wouldn't know what the fuck. I'd be just looking at her like, oh my God. And number 2, if he fucking went near her, I'd come at him with a fucking hatchet and her. After 2.5 years, lad, I'd fucking snap.
I'd
snap. Could you imagine me? I'd be in the corner rocking that. Couldn't.
You'd be getting down to the kitchen for a knife. You'd be losing it. Like, I think I'd be kind of like, oh my God, look at her body and look at the state of me.
See, that's another thing we do. We'd compare.
Look
That's
at her.
what us women do.
And then he'd be touching her and I'd be like, doesn't want me anymore.
I know. I'd be crying.
You know what I mean? But like, I see, depends on how secure you are and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But then, I suppose, would it ever be the same again? Would it ever be the same again? After kind of, would it be like, when you sleeping with him again, you kind of like, well, is he thinking about her? Well, if it was a man, but is he thinking about him? Or is he thinking about him?
I know, yeah, you'd wonder. And I don't think it would be. Well, I don't know. Like, I suppose if you ever had a threesome, leave us know what the outcome was. But like, for me, personally, big no.
And you see, the thing is, would he be doing the bits with the man? Could you watch your fella doing bits with a man?
No.
I just think it might be a bit strange, all right, with the man. But as the woman, I kind of understand that more, that they might be willing to explore and stuff like that. But like, you see,
with a different woman.
Yeah, with a different woman. You see there with triples and all that. Yeah. The three together and all that.
Yeah.
Remember there was a lot of stories in the media recently about that.
Yeah,
But like, you'd be very, I don't know. I would say 2.5 years. She seems unsure. I'm just a bit like the 2 men. I don't know, like maybe it's his body and maybe his body fancies her. And the way, like, some men might be kind of like, oh yeah, my missus, like, she's amazing. And, maybe...
I'm sorry, no, but if I was with John and you came up like, I'm mad about John, I'm like, jump into bed there with him.
I know.
Anna.
But some people are very sexually free.
They are. And, each to their own. But would you, if you were with John for 2.5 years and he came to you and he was like, do you want to have a threesome with Mark?
Well, do you see, no, I'm kind of thinking, did I fancy Mark as well? If I fancied Mark as well. But I wouldn't want to see John and Mark doing anything together.
But would you want John, your boyfriend, the fella who you would love, see you kissing Mark? Or see you touching Mark?
If I fancied Mark, maybe.
Oh, that's fucking lousy, Brenda.
Well, that's only if I fancied your man.
No.
You could have them both at the same time.
No.
No.
Yeah,
well, but I wouldn't want to see the 2 lads doing the bits together.
But equally, I wouldn't want, if there was another woman, I wouldn't want him touching her either.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a funny one there now. There was a fella I was messaging, one of the all, backups, we'll say. Mm-hmm. And, the hard man, he let himself down. He said something like, I was like, I was just telling him where I would be and stuff like that. He was like, do you know what you should know? You should have threesome with Julie. And I was like, that's just absolutely so ridiculously stupid.
Me, you and him?
Yeah. No, but I was kind of like the hard man. And I was like, that's such a stupid thing to say.
God.
You know what I mean? He goes, I knew that would get you going. He was bringing up. I was like, that's not even masculine.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Do you know these men? He's always saying stuff
You're
like
child,
that.
right?
Do you know the way they've got this kind of fantasy going on and stuff like that? Do you know, like this now lad would be the same kind of fellow. Send me something there, and then when you don't, like I would never send something, but then when you're kind of like, I'm not doing that, they block you. He's one of them.
Gobshite.
You're probably listening to this now.
Never grew up.
But you know these kind of men, as in like the hard man with the threesome and all that kind of stuff. No.
And I'd say it fucking die a death
They would die.
They're the lads that would know what to do.
They wouldn't know. This fella now wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I suppose, depends on how secure she would be. I mean, she sent in that message, I think it was to your Instagram, wasn't it? Like, if she sent that, she's obviously considering it.
Yeah.
Because then you have to think as well, they're trying to keep the man happy. And you'll do a lot to keep the man happy. Well, I know you wouldn't, but you know the way some women are? They do a lot to keep the man happy. They'll forgive cheating. They'll forgive this. We'll forgive that. What would you say? Would you tell her advice not to?
I'm just speaking from me. Like what I would do, I'd say no.
Whereas I think it would depend. The two men doing bits, I just wouldn't be comfortable with that. I just wouldn't be comfortable. I don't know whether I'd be comfortable with a girl as well. But like again, check how secure you are in the relationship. I would say.
Yeah.
This one now. Oh God, I think like I look forward to reading this because. Would you think particularly with Irish people when it comes to money, we're so weird around money?
I think it's a very embarrassing subject.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, like if you owed me, we said €50, I'd rather eat my own hand than ask you. I'd be so embarrassed.
Would you? And I think I owe you a few bob from the show.
I'll just settle it there on 5,000 grand.
All right, come on. So, hi girls, looking for some advice. I have been seeing this guy for 2 months and last week he rang in a panic saying his business insurance was going to be cancelled if he didn't pay a deposit by the end of the day. I was at work flat out so didn't think twice and offered to send over €1,600. He promised to transfer it back to me that evening. The days went on and he was bringing down the cash to me every evening, but he never came down. One evening when he was on the way down, he rang me and said he was having a heart attack. I went up to see him in A&E and met his friend. While he was in the doctor, his friend went on to tell me that I'll never see the money. It wasn't for insurance and you couldn't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. I was taken aback when he said it and got worried that I wouldn't see my money again. I am a single mom and have creche fees due, so last night I lost the rag and asked him to just drop down the money straight away. He told me that I'm being a CUNT to him for no reason and he would transfer it when he was home. I am mad about him, but when his friend said that you couldn't believe a word that comes out of his mouth, it really threw me. I have barely spoken to him since and really think it is time to call it quits. Do you think I'm overreacting or should I run? Thank you, Kay.
There's so many questions I have here.
Yeah.
Did the young fella really have a heart attack?
Well, he was at the hospital
anyways. And then his friend was there. And yeah, you see, for your own friend to say that, and did she get anything back?
No, nothing
He's
back.
promising her every evening, I'll be down.
€1,500.
And no, I'd be gone.
Would you not try and get it back?
Yeah, but how, like?
See, you would be at the end of your tether looking for money back from some people. I think what it is, the audacity of people ignoring you and you owe them money. Now, fair enough, if you're like honest and you're kind of, listen, I really don't have it now, but I will try and get it off, I don't know, someone else and I'll try and search it. But, you know, rather than the ignoring or I'll come down there, but later on, no, and not give it, like that's the part
head wrecking.
That's head wrecking.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind now if this man sat down and was like, look, we call her Catherine, I know you're asking me over €1,600 and I'm so fucking grateful, but I'm actually getting a payout there in the end of August, the end of September, whatever the case may be. I'll give it to you then.
Yeah.
But this, I'll be down to you tonight. Actually, I can't come down tonight, I'll be down tomorrow night. All this caper, there's red flags there.
Yeah, we had a lot of, I remember when working in Red FM, we had a lot of cowboy builder stories.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of men, like, you know, or people, business people, I'll be down there and I'll drop the money down to you. And they'd never come, and the frustration when they'd be on the show.
Yeah.
And you'd feel from, and then I'm always baffled that people give up, but like it just so happens like that people get so frustrated they leave the money go. Whereas I suppose what can you do? And if he's formed to be doing this, but there are people, and I know certain people as well who will. And do you know what bugs me is the people, and like I always have a saying, money talks well to whispers. These people who go around with the big cars and all this kind of stuff, like that's the bank, but you're showing off all this money. But then do you ever see like the Tyson Fury? He drives around in a Passat.
Does he?
Yeah, he's driving around Passat. One of a really well-known multimillionaire as well, that I would know of, who was originally from Ballydesmond, whatever, but like he drives just a Golf.
Just a
Do you know what I mean?
normal
He owns
Joe
Munster Ginery. He owns Munster Ginery, which you probably know of.
Yeah.
Drives a Golf. And it's not even a 2023 Golf. It's something else. So like, and so wealthy. It's known he's wealthy, whatever. Yeah. Lovely man. But like, I always think like all these big ones driving around the big massive Jeeps. And it's fair enough. They might be like their own money.
Doing well.
A lot of the time, it's the bank's money. So a lot of these kind of people that they owe money to everyone, A, B, C, D, and E, they're going on to all these big holidays, going off there now on like 2 or 3 week holidays and everything like that, and with someone else's money.
That's it. It's fur coat, no knickers.
Yeah.
Do you know, they're going around there thinking they're high and mighty when really like that, it's the fucking banks or it's the credit unions and like it. But like, do you know, it's going back to this dilemma though. I would see so many red flags here and I would be gone. Unless you sit them down and be like, tell me, are you going to give me back the money? What's going on? Like, do you know? And if he said, look, I'm sorry, I'm struggling here for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to save it all up and I'm going to give you back in one lump sum at the end of October, then that's grand, like, do you know?
You'd have patience for that.
You'd have patience, but this whole thing, like, I'll be down tonight, actually I can't come tonight, I'll be down Thursday night, whatever, I could not deal with that.
Yeah.
Very annoying. It's soul destroying. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'd see red flags now, unless you sit him down.
I wouldn't be able to stop chasing it. I'd keep at it. I'd be dropping text messages every week.
Well, especially that she's a single mom and she's crash fees
Yeah.
and she has bills and rent and everything else to pay. No, I'd definitely, but can you go to anybody to talk to
You can go to Mabs.
if somebody owes you money?
Well, no, sorry. That's if you're struggling with money. If someone, well, do you know the way people go on off getting small claims court? Well, they couldn't really do that. That's more of a business thing. That was more of a friendly loan. But I don't think, like, as such, like, you can talk to anyone like that.
Yeah, it's a hard one. She's just going to have to keep ringing him, keep texting him or sit him down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to leave it go. It's too much of an amount. But people do leave things go.
I know, I see it's just, and I get that as well because it's just soul destroying.
Yeah,
it's
do you know
draining.
what? Do you know what my thing is? Right, we'll say no if I owed you money, right? Seriously, no, and I owed you 50 or 100. I couldn't sit here and look across from you knowing I owed you money.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
How can people do that?
I know, it's disgusting, and that's her fella.
Like, but how can people in general? You don't forget when you owe people money,
Yeah, I know.
and then you be with someone. Oh, I must give you that there now, and you're kind of like, okay. What's the story like?
You said that last Tuesday.
You said that last week.
Like, you know,
I must give you that there now. I'll give you that there now.
Yeah.
I'll give you that there now. And like, you're like, then you can't actually say it.
Especially when you're friends. It's very awkward. It is. Money is a very awkward subject.
It is very awkward.
And it's obviously awkward on this girl because it's her boyfriend and she wants to help him out, like, but.
And I know a big thing as well, but I was even told when it comes to, because when I'm at work, sometimes you set your own rate, your freelance rate. And I remember setting my own freelance rate, what I was per day, right? What I charge per day for working. And like, I remember talking to an English girl and I was like, oh, Sophie, I can't say that. No, I can't. She didn't know what was wrong with me. She goes, what is wrong with you? She was like, you say this, and she just couldn't get over it. I think it's an Irish mentality as well.
Yeah.
But I can't be saying that now. It's when she nearly brained me.
She was like, know your worth, girl.
She was like, you're saying that. And then I emailed saying the rate and I was shitting it. I was like, oh my God. And I was texting her and she was like, what? She couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
She actually said, is this an Irish thing?
Yeah.
I said, it is a bit of an Irish thing.
Yeah, I know. We're shocking.
We are.
Shocking.
So, shocked.
We're shocking.
I would say I'd keep texting. I'd keep
texting,
WhatsApping. I'd keep texting. I'd keep at it. Don't give up 1,600 euros. And just write down as well, money comes easy and freely to me. That might work.
Oh, yeah.
That I do for my manifesting. So yeah, that's another bonus episode done. If you've any dilemmas you want to send to us, the email is Julie, tell us.
LOR@GoLoudNow.com.
Amazing. Until next week. Bye.
Hey, everyone.